Welcome to the Nikki Clarke Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nikki Clarke, and we are excited to be back with another amazing interview. And the show is where we celebrate inspiring stories, meaningful conversations, and remarkable individuals who are creating positive changes in the world. Today's guest is Shruti Trivedi, founder of Tulsi Heals, wellness advocate, entrepreneur, and passionate believer in the power of holistic healing. And through her work, Shruti helps individuals reconnect with their well-being by embracing natural approaches to health, mindfulness, and self-care. Her mission is rooted in empowering people to live healthier, more balanced lives while honoring the connection between mind, body, and spirit. And as an entrepreneur and wellness leader, Shruti is committed to educating others about the benefits of holistic living and creating pathways to greater wellness and vitality. So please join me in welcoming Shruti. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nikki. It felt like I just felt amazing. It felt like a celebrity introduction. So thank you so much for those kind and generous words.
Well, you are a celebrity and you deserve to be celebrated absolutely for all your incredible achievements. So let's share your journey. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So, like you mentioned, I'm a transformation coach. I support women who've been through pregnancy loss, or stress, or any major changes in life, transitions in life that we all go through. I'm also a former IT professional, worked in IT operations for over 13 years. And when it comes to coaching, I also call, when I introduce myself, it's also let's get you upgraded from version 1.0 to 2.0 and keep yourself upgrading. We need to do that, and we often forget ourselves. So, with that, on a personal side, I am blessed with three beautiful children. However, I've also lost three babies, and it took me more than 11 years to seek help. I ignored my mental health for the longest time in my life and just thought I just never needed it. And after saying yes to therapy a few years back in 2022, I experienced my own transformation. I experienced a life without therapy versus a life with therapy. And that's why I'm here today. I'm talking to you about my journey and what transformed me and what got me into coaching. And now that turned into a life mission to be an advocate of mental health, speak openly about it, normalize that conversation. And that's what I do now.
I love that. So you spoke about your passion for wellness and holistic healing. But let's talk about the defining moment that led you to create Tulsi Heals.
Absolutely. That goes in my personal journey again. Like I mentioned, I lost three babies. Um, after I had my first daughter, I was expecting again back in 2011. And again, I was so happy and just excited, a bit nervous too, but very excited to be a mother again. At about 9 weeks, uh, there was no heartbeat detected for the baby, and I was told to terminate the pregnancy. It was the toughest for me. I didn't even understand what was happening, and I just came back home from the appointment. It was December 31st, 2011. I remember that we were actually going to announce the pregnancy. And that same night, I had to terminate my pregnancy. I took the pill. I passed a red blob in the toilet and I was supposed to flush it. I didn't even know whether it was a boy or a girl. And that just shattered me. I had no idea what happened and what to grieve and how to grieve for something I couldn't even hold in my own hands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was 27 at that time, and people started saying, move on. So you move on and you carry on and try to keep busy. I was blessed again to have my middle daughter a few years later, and that again felt very nice. It was, although a very traumatic pregnancy, because uh, every time I would have those flashes from the previous one, from the previous loss.
Mm-hmm.
After my middle daughter, a few years later in 2017, I was expecting identical twin boys, and it's a funny tradition that I realized that on my father's side there is a tradition of identical twins. My grandfather was identical twin. Many of my father's cousins are identical twins. So it felt like I'm in my generation, I'm carrying forward this tradition. So it felt amazing, and my happiness was doubled. Um, at about 18 weeks, they were diagnosed with TTTS, which is twin to twin transfusion syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And I was rushed to Johns Hopkins, where they performed a laser surgery. However, my water broke at 19 weeks. And yet again, I was told to terminate the pregnancy. And this time I was stubborn, and I tried to argue back with the radiologist and say, I don't want to do this. And what are the chances? And the radiologist said that there are like 0.0000001% chance. I said, I will take that chance. And I came back home on full bed rest, and I made progress. So I was hoping that, yes, it's going to be better. At 23 weeks, it was my eldest daughter's seventh birthday, and she was really upset. Look, just seeing me on bed. So she said, Mama, we'll cut your cake here. So I was hoping that, yeah, we'll celebrate your birthday, but that by that afternoon, my water broke, and I delivered my boys on that evening, and they lived for about 2 hours. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I got discharged. I came back home, and what did I do? Again, moving on is something that the society tells you to do. A year later, I was blessed again to have my baby boy. And I thought, now that's like a closure for me. Like, okay, my boys are back as one life. But it was still not happening. There were flashes. I used to get panic attacks, and things were not going right for me in the next few years. And I wasn't sure what was happening. And that's where I realized my company at that time was offering complementary therapy sessions, and I just tried therapy. And after that, it was like, oh, the therapist said, your pain is valid. Whatever you're feeling is normal. That was like an eye opener for me. Like, okay, the people have been telling me to shut up, or like whatever I'm feeling is wrong. But here is one person who is saying, whatever you're feeling is right.
Mm-hmm.
That year is where my transformation began. And when I started speaking openly about it, um, I realized how unspoken it is about mental health in general. There is a huge stigma around mental health. And then when it came down to pregnancy loss, I realized so many people around me had experienced a loss but never talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
It turned into a life mission that I will normalize it. And that's how um, Tulsi Heals was born. As part of honoring my babies, I plant three Tulsi plants. Tulsi is actually a holy basil plant that we pray in Hindu culture. And for me, planting three plants for my three babies feels peaceful and very makes me connected to them, and in a way not moving on but moving forward with them. And
Mm-hmm.
so when it came to naming my business, I came up with this name, and it just feels not like nothing else could have been a better name for my business.
Absolutely. What challenges did you face, Shruti, while building your business?
Challenges. I will speak more about the business challenges. Uh, as I've been used to a day job, 13 years of day job where you give me the the work to do, you give me a project, you give me all the team members, I can lead it end to end. Owning a business has been uh, like an eye opener in multiple ways, like where I had to even find the definition of a solopreneur, like even because business is something like other people do. It was never like I will ever do it. So for me, it was like marketing and sales. I realized how tough it is, and in this AI generation, how to even market and creating content on social media. I used to hate myself seeing myself
Mm.
on a camera or even hearing my own voice. So uh, from that, and I'm still work in progress. I've been full time only about a year in this business. It was mainly a side gig when I was working full time in IT, and it's still I'm still learning so much about how to use all these AI tools and how to like leverage and kind of create the content and do all the other work that comes with it. So it's like, and being a solopreneur is like you do everything. So it's
Mhm.
not like, and I have to, the most important thing about a business is I can decide that I want to sit on my couch and watch a movie all day or just binge watch all day because I'm my own boss if I don't have to report to anybody. But at the same time, if I do that, then nothing happens with my business. So that's accountability, self accountability, sitting with your own self and getting those things done and prioritizing. Like I can sometimes get consumed with whatever new is in the market, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't get anything done today. So yeah, I think those are a couple of things that I'm still learning and trying to stay on track to what I want to do. And I'm blessed with a few communities of coaches that I have that I go on those calls. We also support each other. We give each other tips. And we also stay accountable, like, okay, in a week or in maybe 2 weeks, we're going to meet again. So, what are going to be our wins and what are going to be our next steps? So, I think that really helps having such communities. And I think in this virtual world, it's good that I can be connected globally.
Absolutely. Shruti, help me define holistic wellness. What does that mean to you?
Holistic wellness. So, holistic wellness is, I think it's both, right? Internal and external for me, I would say. External, there are always, I think we are in different roles in front of different people. So at work, we have a different way of talking and behavior, and at home, it's different. And to our own self, it's different. So I would say, I think holistic wellness, how would I define that? Maybe being true to yourself.
Mhm.
That is so important. And for me, I think just even having that one space where you're just true to yourself. I know when we are with our own self, we are definitely completely true to ourselves. But even
Yeah.
having space where we are authentic, we can speak whatever we want. Because there are times where we hold on to so much within ourselves that it gets toxic within, and our
Mhm.
physical body has a way of like if we eat something inappropriate or to vomit it out, but when it
Mhm.
comes to our emotional and mental health, and when we love to store things within and not kind of either went out or process them. So I think that's truly important, and that's what I have learned, like including small rituals like mindfulness and if meditation works. Sometimes a whole hour of meditation, I cannot sit through it. I get so wavered. But whatever works for each person,
Yeah.
I think that internal and external is what I'll define it. Like, you need to have a check-in with yourself periodically. It's really important. The external body, the physical body, and then the the internal check-in with yourself.
I like that. Internal check-in with yourself. So let's talk about simple daily habits people can adopt to improve their overall health and wellness. What are some of those daily habits?
So I'll tell you what I do. I have a couple of them. Daily affirmations. I love them.
Mm,
When you start them, trust me, it feels like, um, well, just to even start with, I started off with, it's okay not to be okay. Saying it 5 times. That's how I was
mm.
introduced to affirmations a couple of years back. And I'm like, oh, no, magic is happening.
Right.
Consistently doing it for, I will say, for the last 3 years now. I can see how it's impacted my life, that negative situations come through your life. But when you repeat those affirmations, it's like diluting all the negativity within you. And that actually
Mhm.
helps you think positive. And you don't have to think positive in every situation, but it really helps you kind of okay, a problem is thrown at me. Now what? Now what do I do? So affirmations do
Right.
help a lot. Journaling is yet another one of my favorites. Like if you don't have a person to talk to, journal is your friend. Vent it out, get it out of
Mm.
your system. Like I said, I call it a disgusting word. Mental vomit is what I say. Get your system. It sometimes it's as easy as a sticky note. If you don't have, like, I have my journal on my phone, but if I don't find my phone around, or my notebook, or people who have a habit of writing on a page, or like a piece paper and a pen, just get it out of your system and then rip it away and throw it off. Like, then you're out, you're done with it. So journaling really helps to get those things out of you. Venting out to a buddy, one of my favorites. Like I have one buddy who is on standby to just listen to my rants. And on that call, I tell my buddy, like, okay, here is all that I have to talk. So it's like 99.1% kind of a ratio, but where I am speaking most of the time and the other person is just listening to me. And I love those conversations where I get to just not have any advice back. I don't need any advice. At that time, I just want to speak with no filter talking, no judgment. That one. And then mindfulness is something I realized. So I used to confuse between mindfulness and meditation, but
Mhm.
different.
Very
Mindfulness
different.
is right here, right now. I'm talking to Dr. Nikki Clarke, and that is what I need to focus on. And there might be things, okay, I have to pick up my daughter, and I have all those things creep up. But right, being mindful is this, like, I'm here right now, and this is all I have to do right now. So I think those are four of my favorites that have really kept me grounded, that have helped me stay positive and really energetic, I would say.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Staying in the present. That's
Yep.
something I had to learn because I was, multitasking, being here, but maybe 75% here and 25% thinking about the next thing to do. So yeah, that's very important.
Oh, it's still 75% for you. I would say the reverse for me, that 25% here and then 75% of the time
Yes.
I would be like all over the place.
Very true. Very true. Yep. Can you tell us, about not in so many details, but the process of someone coming to see you and how you would be able to help them, redirect their mindset? What's the process?
Absolutely. So, when someone comes to me, the first call is usually the complimentary call where it's just getting to know each other. I also call it like also venting out. If this is a space where you can kind of vent out your feelings, it's a safe, non-judgmental space. And if it feels a fit, we move it forward. I have
Mhm.
created this simple framework for now, and as I'm getting trained, I'll definitely evolve. But it's called the 3 A's framework, which is acknowledge, allow, align. And this
Mhm.
framework is based on my own experience with therapy and other trainings that I have done. I want to keep it very simple because I think if I give you like a 10-step process or a 20, it's like I wouldn't do it myself. So with my own experience, I thought, let me keep it a very simple process. And then if people need more, I can definitely elaborate for different. So I'll customize it for people who needs more. So what happens in these stages is acknowledge is the first step, where you kind of just acknowledge what is going on with you. Have a check-in, like I said, have a check-in with yourself. Usually there is something that is off, like some irritability out of no reason. For me, it was in meetings. I used but like I'm creating a spreadsheet and there are tears rolling down for no reason, and I'm like, what is happening to me? So those were the steps, but I completely ignored at that time. But over time, I said, okay, something is wrong. So I think that first step of acknowledging what really is really off. After that, we go into the next stage, which is acknowledge, allow. And that is the one that actually took me 11 years. Like after you acknowledge something is off, you're like, okay, you know what? Okay, let me just rush from it. Let me just wash my face if I'm crying. Escapism is the default that happens, but allow is what is actually needed, where you allow to sit with yourself and allow to feel your feelings, where you release those emotions. And that's a whole process, and there are many strategies where you can do either written exercises or online exercises that I work with, where you kind of process every emotion, write down every emotion, and then process each emotion. You kind of respect that emotion, that this is what my body is telling me to do at that time.
Right.
After allowing yourself is the align, where you do take one small step to do something meaningful. It in the case of pregnancy loss for me, it was um, planting my Tulsi plants, like honoring my babies is the step that I took. And then also I also named my business after them. But then when you reach that aligned stages where you take those smaller steps, maybe build some habits or routines, and I think it's that makes it a holistic um, kind of a framework for any kind of I would say any kind of stress that you're going through, or because I think that's how I wanted to make it broader initially, and for every client I want to customize it what it would actually look like, because it can be applicable in any case, this
Yes.
trip. So that's how it looks. And definitely there are going to be multiple versions of it based on what the needs are, what the pain points are. But this is something out of my own experience. I felt it was meaningful and people like it.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we're coming to the close of this amazing conversation, but I wanted to ask you, what exciting projects or initiatives are you currently working on?
So I am very excited. I'm in the middle of getting certified as a pregnancy loss practitioner, and it's a specialized training that feels so close to heart, because it's not just a training. As part of the training, I'm actually implementing those assessments and tools to myself, and so I'll be better able to help my clients. So it's my own lived experience where I'm taking everything and doing those exercises myself for 30 days challenge, or for, and then I'll be able to use it with my clients. So I feel very blessed to be doing that. And it's again that alliance stage where it's one step closer to also honor my babies in another way, where I'm able to create this meaningful space for other women who have been through this, who are still going through it, and tell them that it's okay, whatever you're feeling, it's normal, whatever you're feeling, just allow yourself to feel what you're uh, if you're being vulnerable, it's okay.
Love that. All right. So I have a few rapid fire questions for you. So
Okay.
answer in one word or just a few short words. And the first question is, one word that describes your mission.
Oh, passion.
What does wellness mean to you?
Oh my God, I was not ready for this. Wellness, being authentic, I would say.
A daily habit you never skip.
Affirmations.
And what inspires you most?
Inspires me most. I think it's supposed to be rapid fire, right? Okay. I think just discovering myself. I I would say the version of Shruti before the pandemic was so different than today. It's just yeah that but the version that I have created right now, it's that keeps me going. Like I have to keep doing more. The new version of
Okay.
Shruti, I'll say.
The new Shruti inspires you. I love it. She inspires me too. And our very last question, Shruti, if you could leave our audience with one message about wellness, healing, and living intentionally, what would it be?
So I have two of them. I'll share this. For me, it's the first one is mental health is equally important as physical health. I can't emphasize more on that. And the second one is for everyone, but exclusively for women, self-care isn't being selfish. So please take care of yourself. Put yourself first on the list so you'll be a better person to others, but a better mom, a better wife, a better friend uh, to others.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, Shruti, I want to thank you for sharing your wisdom, your passion, and your insights with us today, and your commitment to helping others achieve greater health, balance, and well being is truly inspiring. And we wish you continued success in your journey of healing and empowerment. So I thank you so much. And please let us know how people can follow you on social media.
Yeah, I'm on most social media platforms. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and I'm happy to share those links with you. And like I said, my first call is always complimentary, so there's no obligation. 1 hour call, you can hop on and we'll just have a conversation and see if it makes sense to take the next steps.
I love that. I thank you again, Shruti Trivedi. Thank you, Tulsi Heals. Please reach out to her on social media. I want to thank everyone who tuned in today to hear another story that transforms. So I welcome you back the next time. Stay informed, stay transformed. God bless you. See you next time. Thank you.